おはよう。こんにちは。はじめまして。私は名前はヤキリでフリー。お元気ですか？ああ、素晴らしい。今日は新しい色を見た。誰ですか？後で紹介します。さよなら。Hi everyone, this is Yakety the Free here playing in the Hell Hades 2025 Free to Play Challenge. On day 80, today at reset in about 10 hours or so, I get a void shard for this account to use. And the last void did something very special. And that's kind of why I chose Japanese as the intro. So, something special about Japanese, I didn't even know myself. And I studied this like 40 years ago. I had a very elementary school class where our teacher had leeway with curriculum. And she decided we were going to spend the majority of our homeroom time as 10 and 11-year-olds to study ancient feudal Japan. So as a little boy, learning about ninjas and samurais and stuff was pretty cool. However, Japan, most people know of Honshu, Kyoto, the other islands, Hokkaido. I forget the main five or six. However, there's over 6,800 islands that make up all of Japan. Most of them are small and uninhabited. And Japan also has 110 active volcanoes. Hence all the little islands. It's kind of like Iceland, Japan, they're the same thing in Hawaii. That archipelago is kind of made out of, underwater volcanoes. And I think that's really amazing to know that in 10 years, all of a sudden you could have all these new island neighbors that you never had before. Pardon me. So let's take a look at the leaderboard and see where pop-ups aren't going to keep coming because I'll be at the leaderboard. Anyways, Yaki the Free, 14,193 points. And again, this Brunt cat herder has like 14,600 on the non-content leaderboard. And there's another person named Brunt who is second overall, I think, with I think it's like I forget or Bone, pardon me, Bone that has like 15,300 points. Part of me is still a little bit of a head cold. But you look here, this is the final, like after today, there's 3 days left. So Yakety the Free did a little bit of pushing in some other places as well. And I'm going to show you. I also did something that this is crazy to me. Okay. But let's take a look first at Clan Boss. Clan Boss, Demon Lord Clan Boss specifically, is your doorway to unlocking unlimited resource, especially those sacred shards if you can get them, okay? But on Nightmare yesterday, Yakety the Free, 66.8 million damage. One key, second in the competition. I'm certain some of these people, like Rob the Nice Guy, hasn't, once he got his one key in, this guy's only been doing quick battle. Because I'm certain, if you take a look, 66.8 million here, we come over to Ultra Nightmare, like somebody's got 63 million almost on Ultra Nightmare. I'm sure if they went back down the Nightmare and manual the fight, they'd probably be able to crush me. Doesn't really matter. You don't get points for being at the top of these boards here, but you do for the dungeons. So let's get into the dungeon stuff here. And I'll show you some screenshots of some of the stuff that I did as well. So first of all, let's look at the, as I call it, the big boy damage here for that nightmare hit. Alice with almost 36.5 million damage in Relentless, the starter hero. Tagore, look at this. Forget the 6 million damage. Like that's pretty good, right? That's all War Master or Giant Slayer on these heroes. But 2.6 million heals. And it's hard, you're not going to see how much his shielding actually did, and his meter boost and his increased speed. Okay. No slouching Arbiter, picking up 3 million. I rebuilt it at 279 speed. We're going to do a manual Nightmare Clan Boss hit at the end of this upload today because it's a Force Affinity. I purposely waited so that as much time could pass that my clanmates would be able to get a Void Affinity Nightmare key in. But this is the ending of the competition. I can only be so sympathetic to their requirements, and then I start to lose my opportunity to maybe push into the top 4 or 3. You never know. Venomage here with 15 million damage, but look at Jarrat. 6 million damage from the tank, man. Like this guy's claws are sharp. He's hitting hard. He's a huge hero. Look at his healing. That's not just his Guardian set, but he's putting continuous heals on all these heroes. Okay? So if we look in, I'm going to have a 17th 6-star for sure, but I might have changed who it's going to be. I don't know yet. All right. But look at this. Rob the Nice Guy 2. 838 Faction War stars. They just missed being at 840. They showed a screenshot where they would have beat the oh, I forget who it was, but they were on the, the last boss with like a smidge of health left, and they just died on the Shadowkin. They almost 3-starred stage 21 of Shadowkin as a free to play on day 80. That's crazy, man. Great to have them in this competition. I love seeing it. So take a look here. Yakety the Free, stage 40 hard. You'd be like, why is there so much time there? This is the Frost Spider, and this is the lineup I used. Armiger, pulled this guy out of the back 40. He thought he was retired. His war days were over. I said, no, dude, I need your A2 with that block revive because I just can't land the HP burn with my ultimate Golek. It's just not landing. So let's take a look at the Frost Spider thing screenshot here. I mistimed his first A2, so I had to kill the boss with 50% more HP. Otherwise, it wouldn't take so many turns or as long. I don't really care because I think at the next floor, I'm hoping I can beat it. I think it's the dragon again, the magma dragon, and if it isn't, I'm going to finish at floor 49 no matter what. I'm straight auto through the hard Doom Tower waves, no question about it. But if you look again, look at Tagore. 2.6 million heals, man. So I'll blow it up just a little. Arbiter, she did her thing there. She was just meter boosting. She didn't really res anyone. No one really died. But Alice with 8 million damage because of her AoEs and, the boss respawn. Not ideal, but look at Armiger. 1.2 million damage as a level 50. And this Void Shard is another reason why I picked Japanese as the intro language today. I was very happy about that. There was something else, I think. So the Scarab boss. On the Scarab boss battle here, I did all supports. These 4, I took Apothecary's Blood Shield Ring, and I finally wised up. I couldn't beat it at first. And I'm like, why don't I put it on Arbiter? Like, what a fool I am, right? So you can't really see Taragi's numbers. He didn't do much anyways. He was mostly dead. I would just res him in time to place his Ally Protect on and absorb big smacks. And this got down this clear. It was just Arbiter standing there with like 10% HP, and the boss was at like 5%. And I had to mass res, and not having a blood shield ring on Taragi means you got to time his cooldowns. And this lineup, I one-shot it once I put this lineup in, but it was close. But look at Arbiter. Look at that healing. 1.75 million. Venomage, obviously, big damage. He didn't die much. And Taragi put in 298,000, 300,000 damage. Okay. It helps having his passive and the waves damage. So we're coming down to, like I said, the final couple days here. And I realized, like maybe I should have just done a hard Hydra key. And that's probably what I'm going to do just to try to get numbers up into here. I don't know. But Chimera, I should have definitely did a hard. Like my big hit on normal came in, but I can get almost this 13 million on hard Chimera. I already tried it and I just didn't want to do it because it wasn't max chest. It's going to be okay. So let's go back into the game and see where I am here. I YOLO'd an Ancient Shard yesterday and that Void, and some good heroes came. And I couldn't believe it. Okay. So the first hero that I've been that excited about, look who I pulled, man. I pulled Esme the Dancer. It was my 5th Lego on this account. I just pulled for the first summon of a Lego like 6 or 7 days ago, Godfrey, but I got the fusion that I'm like, I'm not doing fusions. And here she is. So she might not be the greatest hero overall anymore, especially for what I've already built, but in Hydra, with my Alice and the other hero who I YOLO'd that I'm going to show you, she is definitely going to impact my Hydra squad. Okay, that was such a cool pull. I I didn't expect it. I'm just like, I need chickens. I'm going to make a 6-star Creodin the Blue, but I kept getting, her, or let's see if I have her built yet. I don't know where she is. Come on. Oboro. Are you kidding? Oh, I didn't pull her out. What a nice intro, and I didn't pull her out. There we go. This hero. I've never had this hero on any account, man. Okay, she's aesthetically a cool looking. She's got like a samurai hat, but she's a ninja. Okay, this is a female ninja. I think there's like anime about her where she's actually like a warrior princess ninja. But look at this A1. Okay, read the second part with me, man. She will attack all enemies if the target, so only one target needs to have 4 debuffs or more, which on Hydra, that's very often. So anytime she A1s, she's going to put to my knowledge, she's going to put a decreased defense on that first target, but she's going to hit everyone else. And if you look on Hell Hades, she has godlike multipliers. It's like I think it's a 5 point something multiplier on this A1. But here's the other thing. If you have her, she puts a revive on death for 3 turns when she has a veil or a perfect veil. She self buffs a perfect veil on herself for 3 turns, and you give her lasting gifts, maybe she's going to always have. You might as well add this vanish revive on death onto her. So I might be able to do something with her in Sand Devil before the competition is over. I've cleared 15, but I want to push up just a little bit. And the reason that I'm saying it's special for Sand Devil, because if you look at Godfried Brassclad, look at his passive. If an ally is about to be killed by a fatal hit, he blocks that incoming damage. Okay, you can't stun the boss, but it's a 4 turn cooldown. And if I can get him to keep that block on himself, okay, he's going to be able to keep putting decreased defense on the boss with Oboro constantly. Okay, can't stun them, but he's going to have increased defense for Oboro. So maybe the two of them can be an immortal squad since I don't have a Godseeker in Neri. We'll find out. I couldn't believe it, man. What a god pull that was out of a YOLO, an epic void in the middle of nowhere, followed up by Esme. So this is the last chance to pull. Oh, wow. Michinaki's huge. These guys are all pretty good to my knowledge. Brogni, obviously, but I want Oella. I'm not going to get anybody special, but we're going to try to pull. This Oella is amazing with the continuous heals that I think she activates them as well, or she'll replace them if they wear off. There's something about her that, I definitely can use her, especially on a B team as a level 50. But here's a chicken. Oh my gosh, another epic. Yo, yes! I think I just got 63 stars on my orcs, man. This guy is an ally protector cleanser. Somewhat, if you don't know Trumbor. Oh my god, Trumbor with an ultimate elect and my 6-star sold core. Look at this. Okay, he attacks one enemy 2 times. He can place a weaken and a leech. It's no big deal. Okay, obviously I'd like it. That's not what's big about him. A2 is an AoE, which I need in the orcs, obviously. He removes a random debuff from everybody on his, like just a random one. But he also increases his damage by 5% for each of those. And then he puts an ally protect and an increased defense on himself. I don't have an ally protector yet for my orcs. If I do, I forget. But whenever this champion is attacked, there's a 20% chance he increases the duration of all debuffs. Isn't that crazy? That's absolutely crazy. So he removes a random debuff from everybody. And I think he's the defensive base at 99 speed. Wow, what another nice YOLO pull that is. That's crazy. Let's finish with all these pop-ups that they're trying to sell me. I want to take a quick look at my orcs now because obviously I didn't expect that. And I think the orc faction trial is open one more time so that I can maybe get it done. Look who I have now in my orcs. I was going to build this Death Chanter, but I have Ultimate Elect, Tagore, who's a reviver, AoE reviver, Old Hermit Yorg, who can revive and boost or whatever, Ironclad, who just does damage naturally if you overheal him, and now Trumbor. That's a pretty well-rounded. I think my orcs might be able to pull something off here. Let's take a look quickly in Faction Wars. And where's the orcs? 4 days. So today would make it down to 3. I think the orcs might be open one more time. And I think I could get it done. That's I think there's 4 stages, so I would have enough keys. That's exciting, man. But Shadowkin, you see I can't do anything more. They're closed for a long time. But pulling Esme, okay, on Barbarians. This is why I was so excited about it being Esme more than anything. I've been stuck on this mission for almost like day 43, I got Arbiter. I've basically been stuck on this mission since like day 45 to clear stage 14 of the Barbs. So that might happen in 2 days. If it does, I'd be very happy. So before we do the Nightmare manual hit, here's the after party path that this account has farmed the shit out of as a free to play as far as I'm concerned. There's a champ training event starting after this ends. The second this ends, champ training starts. So I'm going to try to stay up a bit late and maybe hold this energy like an hour before that happens. And that way I would log in the morning and I'll have, almost 900 energy to start the champ training with. But I thought about it. I might buy this avatar, but I think it's more important if I can pick up, another 5,000 points today, which I doubt it. I would pick up these 20 immortal whatever essence to buy stuff out of the shop. Take a look. This is crazy to me as well. This game also gave me a 5-star Godseeker and Neri soul yesterday, just from I summoned a mortal soul stone because of those 500 coins that came out of that path. So if I ever pick up a Godseeker with Oboro in Sand Devil, I think I could get 25 done in a couple days. Anyways, all that shit aside, I'm out of resources. I don't have any books left for legendary heroes, so Esme is not on my priority list. But getting any kind of a refresh in here of people that I could fight, which none of these, I might be a little faster than a couple of these teams, but I'm not going to chance it on reset day. 1 second. Cleodin the Blue. I need to 6-star this hero for my Fire Knight pushes and an attempt to get into hard spider stages. Because of this AoE freeze right here. If I can get it, stage 23 is hard because it's force. But I think I might be able to get it done with Creodin. And definitely with this A1 triple hitting with a chance to freeze for hard Fire Knight. I got to get into a couple more stages just to solidify a position in the top 5 at the end of this competition. And if I have enough food for the champ training tournament, as you're looking here, I got 3 5-stars, 2 more ready to rock and roll. There's 3 4-star food to feed into it. And the rest of these are ready to get into 4-star stage. And you'll see I have these 3 stars, ready to make from all the 2-star uncommons. But man, I can't. What a crazy pull. Trumbor for my orcs when this competition's over. I don't know if I have time to get into the orcs, but I will definitely be pushing in and clearing orc faction trials. That's the idea. Let's go into the clan boss. And it's nightmare time on Force Affinity. So here's the decision. I had to use a rare hero yesterday, by the way, for the quest, the daily quest. I could bring in Venomage, but it's a Force Affinity boss. So I don't know if it makes more sense to try to bring in Dahi. That way I always have that decreased defense up. That's my thinking. This boss is going to be picking on, I think, Alice mostly. She's going to get the punches. So instead of using Venomage, we're going to keep Dahi. Time for a little coffee. And I really hope if you're watching, the full video, I don't really care as long as that's why I put timestamps in. But if you're watching these manual clan boss hits, I hope it shows you ways to help you set up your clan boss team. Obviously, yes, everybody wants to have auto. Not everybody. Most people do. I'd want auto for Nightmare. And obviously I'd love a 1 key for Ultra Nightmare. Then I started thinking about it. And I look forward to the progression on these fights. Log in every day. Go Alice, go. But eventually, I don't want to manual any clan boss fights. It's just once you know you've got it done, you don't want to spend the time. I completely understand. But while I'm still ramping up to that 1 key guarantee on any affinity of Nightmare and Ultra Nightmare, for you guys, the audience, I will always manual these fights happily. So I think it's manual, or pardon me, it's Nightmare. So I forget the timings here. But I think my Jawrag's going to get another turn, especially with the Arbiter boost. Yeah, and everybody's well above 200 speed now. I think Alice is the slowest at 20. No, Jawrag's the slowest at 208, I think, and Alice is at 209, and Daihi's at like 224 or something. However, it's the Affinity swap. So right now it's going to be the crashing through. I think it's still called. Uh, yeah, it already happened. Crash through. So this should be the spray belittle, and this is where I would save Tagor's A3 for his shield. So again, you'll look. I already have the weaken up for one turn with Arbiter, and I think I want to boost just at the start because it's still only turn one, right? I'm trying to keep at least 1 million per turn, at least, for the first 4 turns. That sets me up to be successful. And yes, it hurts having this boss's belittle make everybody have a baby decrease attack on. It absolutely affects them. Doesn't really affect Jyrek to my knowledge because he's HP based, so you can lower his attack all you want. But Alice, look at this, weak hit for 10k. She still applied the brimstone. Arbiter, Arbiter's attack based, but she's void, so there's no real loss. That's another reason why I like having Arbiter in here. But I'm fairly certain if Alice gets the increased defense buff right here from Tagore, I think Jyrag gets punched. I think that's what's going to happen. I'd be shocked if it's Arbiter, but it's definitely Alice as the lead and Magic. Yeah, so it's always going to juggle between Jyrag and Alice. And I think on Nightmare, I can get away with it. If Arbiter never gets punched, I just keep meter boosting with her. I'm not too concerned about having the weakened debuff on all the time if I can keep meter boosting my champions. And it's still, as you see, it's so early that I'm okay if Jyrag misses that turn because now I know. So I learned something the other day. Okay. Dahi, if he applies his A2 here, okay, it grants an extra turn if it's placed. So the boss already has it on max, except I have the Master Hexer. So if it places it with the Master Hexer proc, a 30% chance to extend that, it will count. So let's see if we can do it right here. And it didn't place it. So you can kind of cheat with Daihi if you're lucky enough to, guess and it puts it on for you. You'll be able to get a extra turn when you really shouldn't. Plus, you would have, 3 turn on the decreased defense. So yeah, Jyrag was just a little slow. If I had maybe 3 more speed on Jyrag on Nightmare, he would definitely have put his Ally Protect on. But again, like I said, it's so early, it's not really currently necessary. And I should have probably used Tagore's shield. But again, like I said, it's very early. It's only boss turn 4. Plus, I think as you look there with Arbiter, I just meter boost, boom. Everybody's getting another turn anyways. And Alice procced right before the shield comes. So it couldn't have been any better timing. So it's been a while since I've used Daihi in a clan boss, especially a manual fight. But I think I can get 40 million. I better. I'd be a little sad because I'm definitely trying to 3-key Ultra Nightmare. I've got a 30 million team every time now because it does an affinity switch. Our clan, there's only 2 of us that are getting a chest out of Ultra Nightmare. Okay, Dahi, he's not going crazy yet, but he eventually, I got to get this guy procking some extra turns because I want him to apply that cruelty as soon as possible, right? The sooner you get Dahi applying extra turns with his A1 to get that cruelty stacking up, you could have maybe another 10% damage already. Put it on, Al. So Arbiter, I think with all of her area bonuses and everything is at almost 140 accuracy now. So she applies that weaken a lot on Nightmare. And again, it's the beauty of having a void with an A1 weaken, 2-time hitter, 50% chance on each hit of her A1. Doesn't matter what the boss affinity switches to. And that was the perfect time for Alice there. So now I'm going to use Jarrag's Ally Protect here for sure. I want to start controlling the stun targets. And that starts with limiting the damage that everybody receives from the boss's AoEs. And I'm always on Nightmare until about turn 19, going to use Tagor's increased speed as soon as it's there, every time. So now, again, you look, I've got the weaken debuff on the boss. I'm going to meter boost everybody. And they're all, I think, going to get 2 turns now. This will be like 2 to 1 because they all have that increased speed from Tagore. So Dahi's going to wear his off potentially, and hopefully he's going to peel that buff off. Thank you. Because Alice might miss, right? She weak hits, she can't peel that buff. I don't want to waste the Master Hexer, but I want to see if I can get it for you guys on the video. Okay, remember, he gets an extra turn if he applies the decreased defense. So he's got to proc that extra turn on Master Hexer. And it's 0 for 2. Again, it's only a 30% chance. And the thing is like I know I've got a 1-key team and I'm messing around. I wouldn't normally make those attempts with Dahi if I was concerned about 1-key. Not a chance. So Alice got the procs, and it was a proc from Lasting Gifts from Tagore, so she still got her shield up. So that's absolutely perfect. And I think I'm saying it correctly, Dahi, it's tricky. I've heard a couple. I looked it up because I'm curious. I never heard that Irish name before. And I listened to the proper pronunciation on a YouTube short, and the guy was saying like Dahi, almost like duh, but Dahi, Dahi. And I like the sound of that. All right, let's get serious. We're at turn 8. I don't want to make this a 30-minute fight, obviously, for you. And Dahi's getting his procs. Here we go. This is the time you want him to do these procs, is before the crushing force, that boss punch, because he's not hurting anybody except one target. So it doesn't matter if they drop their buffs. So here's the other thing. Alice got full turn meter. Jarrag's the stun target. So I want to get Jarrag as close to full turn meter as possible. So I will definitely use Arbiter's meter boost because Jarrag's getting punched. As far as I know, from what we saw before, it should be Jarrag. Yeah. And eventually, I don't know what's going to happen because Jarrag's always going to get a bit of a heal because he's wearing the Guardian set. He's getting a 10% heal every time. The problem being is that he's not going to have his Ally Protect available unless Arbiter can boot. Oh, what a lucky proc that is. Impulse set, baby. I don't know if it procced, I didn't see it, but she's got a 12% chance every turn to reduce the cooldown of a random ability. So that definitely made sure Jarrag can get his Ally Protect on if it's off cooldown, which it should be because I'm so much faster than the boss that Jarrag gets 4 turns before the boss gets 3. Come on, Alice. Not bad, She procced 2 Giant Slayers and 2 crits against a weak Affinity for her. And again, you'll notice now my Tagore's lost his increased speed, okay? But he's at, 4 or 5% less turn meter than the boss, but he's also, I think, like 50 speed faster. So even without any boost, he was going to get another turn anyways. Because Nightmare Clan Boss is 180 speed, if I recall correctly. All you have to do is build all your heroes to the slowest at 181. And you'll always go ahead of the boss, at least at the start. So Dahi is going to get an extra turn on this A1. Come on. I didn't. That would have been huge. It's okay as long as that decreased defense is always up, which I wouldn't have gotten it this consistently with Venomage. There's no chance. Being Magic Affinity, Venomage, I don't think so. She would have had a lot of weak hits. I want to boost. I want to boost because I want to make sure Arbiter, as you're looking, she should be able to speed into another turn because Arbiter's at 279 speed. Or is it 276? I forget. It's one of those two. But look, Arbiter with the increased speed, she's going to be able to meter boost. But yeah, I'm going to save it because Jareg's getting punched here, right? So watch. This is how I manipulate what's going on. Okay. Jareg gets punched. Arbiter's going to meter boost him, and he's going to be at like 75, almost 80% turn meter, a little over. So yes, he loses a turn on his cooldown, and I need his ally protect on right now. But this is still early in the game. It's going to be Alice getting punched shortly. Only reason Alice is the stun target, or isn't, is because she's got increased defense on. And it's increased defense is always going to go on your leader, no matter what their affinity is, if everybody has the same HP percentage when the boss goes to use it. So let's try with Dahi again. Let's see if we can get the Master Hexer proc. Nope. Oh, I guess it did count for it because oh no, he has Relentless. I keep forgetting he's always got an 18% chance at an extra turn. So there's no ally protect on. It's boss turn 12. Let's see how hard everyone gets hit here. That's the pain of having your stun target not who you want it to be. But now you'll see my Alice is at 50% HP. So I'm fairly certain she's going to get the increased defense more often than I want her to. I wonder if I can speed. Let's chance this. Let's chance this. I think Tagore is going to get another turn ahead of the boss. It looks freaky at first. You're like, boss has got 3 on his turn meter, and Tagore's sitting at less than 2. But you look at that, man. When you're that much faster, you get that chance. So I don't think anyone takes any damage here from this boss spray. Actually, I am going to boost. Pardon me for the pause. I was trying to calculate stuff in my head here. I don't want Dahi taking too much damage. So we'll just A1. I want to make sure, yeah. If you look there, 6,000 damage, or like 4,000, sorry, on Dahi. But now everybody's going to get a bit of a heal. And it should make Alice the stun target now. Because I don't want Tagore's going to get a turn anyways. Damn. All right. Might as well get the most I can out of it all then. Because Alice is picking up the increased defense for sure. She's got the lowest HP. This one, this might hurt. Let's see if I can get. Oh, I don't want him to have a full meter though. Okay. So again, it's been a long time since I've been on Force Affinity for Nightmare and using Dahi. So my timings are a bit off, but this might work out perfect. See how close Jarag is? Oh, it was Alice. 0 complaints. That's absolutely who I want to get punched. And if it could be her every time, I'd be even happier. It gives me a chance to apply, all my debuffs to the boss, my buffs to the people. And watch this now. Ally Protect's going to go on everybody. Then I'm going to speed, and everybody's got full heal again. Okay? But this might change who my stun target is again. Uh-oh. Dahi's proc and turn, so I might as well use his increase attack on himself here. Yeah, if he's going to start doing his crazy Dahi stuff there, might as well let him. Here we go. How hard is he getting hit? So see those 4 continuous heals? If it's not an affinity switch, he would only have gotten 2. That's Jareg's passive, man. Jareg is huge in Clan Boss. A lot of people don't realize. But look at that. I don't have anybody to give me continuous heals. Dahi's basically going to be at max HP by the time the boss goes for his next turn. I think. Yeah, Tagore should be able to get around again. I know it look, but because he's got his increased speed on still, right? So he should be able to get his shield. But look at Dahi. If he outruns his buffs, it hurts. It really hurts. I'm actually getting kind of concerned here, man. I'm not doing the amount of damage I need to, I think. I should have been, I wanted to be, at least at 23 million at this point. Because I don't think I can survive to turn 30 something. But we'll find out. Ah, Dahi proc, see that? At the time I don't try it, They need to try it. The guy's got Master Hexer. So this boss is going to take extra damage for a while. And I think everybody outran their shield again because I'm yapping away. Yep, let's boost with Alice. I want everybody to get it, or pardon me, boost with Arbiter. I want everybody getting 2 turns here if they can. I'm not going to waste Daihi's extra turn mechanics. I don't want to chance it on this one. So Arbiter is going to boost Jarag to close to meter. Nope. So this is going to throw it off a bit here. I think. Oh no, Alice is punched. Yes. Perfect. From now on, I know Alice is normally my big damage, but you'll see that the comparable numbers now because she's not always landing her smite and a lot of weak hits. And I think it can. I don't really know, but I think you can still proc your giant slayers and your war masters on weak hits. I really don't know, but I can't see why it wouldn't let you. Don't you proc? Good job. Yeah, as long as I can get to like 24 million before the boss is at turn 21, I should be able to be okay. Well, nice. That was some of the biggest hits Alice has done all match. So Tagore again, as long as I see that increased speed will stay on him, I know I can get ahead of the boss. Especially now with Arbiter, getting a boost in there. And this is again, like I said, that Alice hasn't had many procs of Relentless at wrong times. It's been very fortunate. And Daihi right here, this is when again, if he's going to pick up like 3 or 4 turns, you want it in between being buffed. Beauty, Alice. If she goes 2 for 3 on her crits, that's all I can ask for. And having everybody with lasting gifts that applies shield, pardon me, not everybody. Having some people pick up the lasting gifts, nice. He procced the Master Hexer again. From Tagore, you see everybody's still got a little bit of a shield left. So if I have, Tagore's got emergency heal. So he's always getting, I forget what it is here when this wears off, but it's like a 3,000 heal just from a shield breaking on him or expiring. And Arbiter's in a blood shield ring. So she's always going to have a tiniest sliver of a shield anytime she does damage, right? That's why you keep seeing her with the shield maybe. But I don't have a blessing for her. If I could get a blessing on her, I don't know if I'd go with emergency heal. She's probably better with, not commanding presence. I forget the one that boosts your team's aura because I definitely want her getting as much speed, boost, influence in arena as possible. Boom. Not who I wanted. But Jarag, as you see, he's got a lot of HP, but I mean, it's only Nightmare. So it's only turn 20. The boss can't one-shot him. But I definitely don't have Ally Protect for this one. This is going to hurt. I think Alice might die here. I think Alice might die here. Arbiter should be okay. Doihi's going to be down to maybe he's going to get low. Everybody's getting low. Yeah, I'm going to save Arbiter's heal or Mass Res because I think 2 people are dead here. Oh, it was only Daihi. Go Alice. She won't survive that again, obviously. That was very fortunate. I don't know what to do here. Is Arbiter's going to be able to pick up Daihi? Yeah, I don't want to spend. Watch this. Okay? This is the moment of truth right here, man. I took a chance with Tagore because I want to put his shield on, and then after everybody gets sprayed, then I'll heal with Tagore. Because you'll look, if I used Tagore's heal, Daihi wouldn't have got it, and Arbiter wouldn't have been able to heal everybody with her extra skill mechanic or extra turn. So I think that's the right way to do this. Because everybody should survive. That's a 15k shield. As long as Daihi doesn't proc. And a decreased cooldown. Look at that impulse set rocking on Arbiter. She also has Cycle of Magic, so she's got a 5% chance to also reduce a cooldown. So this is why I did it in the order I did it. And you'll see Daihi isn't going to be the stun target. Ooh, it might. Oh, I think I'm going to get ahead of the boss with the gore. I don't want him to. Oh, actually, this is perfect. So Alice is getting punched because Arbiter is picking up the decreased defense right here. Alice, thank you very much. I hope you don't die. I'm very happy that she applied the brimstone. You know, obviously, I'd like it on the next turn, but she's getting punched, so she's stunned. Oh, barely lives. So it's getting close, man. I need I need some big Alice damage here. I also need to boost everybody. Yeah, let's make sure. So Ally Protect, heal up Alice. So Alice also has Life Drinker. Okay, so only 2 turns. Ah, he procced. So every time Alice is below 50% HP, she's going to heal up to 50% because she heals for 5% of all damage she does. And with Giant Slayer and her triple hitting A1, she's always going to bring herself up, you know, essentially, not on Force Affinity bosses, but she's pretty safe. Yeah, that's the worry of Dahi procking there. I don't want to use his shield yet because people are going to speed out of it. Okay, so Arbiter doesn't have her res available yet. I don't think so. If she did, that would be crazy. But I'm going to make sure that the people I have up are going to stay up. Oh, thank goodness. Alice had to strip that. So Dahi, Dahi, he's probably dead here again. And it's getting close, boys and girls. This is a long battle. I apologize if you thought it would be quick and you were hoping for quick. You feel free if you stayed this long to just not watch this channel anymore if it bothers you. But that's the idea of this channel, is to show unedited footage for the new players struggling. What is possible? As long as you're willing to try. You got to be willing to try, obviously. So I think Alice gets punched. I'm hoping. I don't want to go. Ah, it's Jareg. Ooh, nope. Watch this. It's it's probably still Jareg. I'm fairly certain. You're gonna you're gonna see the boss pick Jareg, even though these two are lower, because same affinity and avoid. I think that's what's gonna happen here. Let's see. Yeah, which is okay. I think my Jareg should be able to get. I think so. I'm kind of sad. You know, I wonder what this would have done if I just put it on auto. And I really don't think I would have done better with Venom Mage. I don't know. But let's find out. There we go. There you go, Alice. Throw in some big hits. Weak. I gotta try. I gotta make sure my Gyreg's got a chance, but I think it's on cooldown. I don't think I have Ally Protect available. I think the board lives, so it's gonna be okay there. Oh, I do. Phew. And that's why I bring a meter booster. I definitely need Arbiter. And I definitely don't want to get punched, especially now. Because we're getting down to the nitty gritty here. All right, Dahi. This guy has the relic, the epic relic, Irethi Coronet. So every time he applies a debuff, he increases his damage by 1%, up to 30%. So I think by now he's applied it enough. I don't think Arbiter gets another turn. And if she does because I meter boost, I won't meter boost, which I can't. So this should be a fairly safe. Yeah, wow. That hurts, eh? He going down? I don't want to heal them yet. Nope. I don't want to heal them yet. And I think he gets one quick turn here. But it should be Alice getting punched. Yes. Please punch Alice. It worked out very well. So Alice gets punched, she's probably dead. I'm hoping she's dead. Even better. So now you'll see why I saved all these cooldowns. And if I'm able to one key, that right there was probably the pivotal decision right there. Basically, this is going to look like nobody died, nobody has a loss of health. Right after that, look at this. Boom. That's why Tagore, man, I'm not putting increased defense up. I guess I don't have a choice. You let Daihi come back from the dead, and he's like, okay, I want a bunch of turns again. Don't proc. I definitely need that decreased defense up if Daihi's going to be dead a lot, because Alice is going to weak hit at least 1 out of 3. That seems to be what's going on here. I can't res him yet. I'll bring him up on the next turn. But it's important. Well, this will work out very well, actually, because Arbiter's going to meter boost everybody. Alice got an extra turn. Hopefully she applies one more brimstone soon, because I'm still, 6 million back, man, at turn 31. So that key that I showed you that was almost 67 million, that was turn limit. Well, not turn limit, pardon me, but I got to turn 51. Ah, I can't believe I can't one key. That's funny. Maybe if I wasn't talking or whatever, it might have happened, but that hurts. That hurts not to one key nightmare, but I'm definitely going to push to 3 key ultra nightmare. You know, the I've gotten 2 sacred so far out of ultra nightmare transcendent chest, and I've only had like 5 or 6 currently, I think. Anyways, let's see if there's an ancient shard at the end of the month in the shop, but I doubt it. I guess I've gotten all them. Ooh, what's this stun set? Not bad with a bunch of resist. Retaliation, no speed, no bueno. Anyways, I failed on Nightmare to 1 key after I flashed you, 67 million damage the day before. That kind of thing happens in this game until you really solidify your roster. And in another month, I don't think I'd have any issues, even in Ultra Nightmare at an Affinity switch. Wow, at an Infinity Switch. This was Yankee to the Free, everyone, playing in the Hell Hades 2025 free-to-play challenge on day 80, failing to get a 1 key on Nightmare Force Affinity. Take care, everyone.